Now for our feature story of the day. Trump's Crypto Advisory Council, which has confirmed they will set up a promised strategic Bitcoin reserve, which will send Bitcoin north of 7 figures. We're on the cusp of hitting 6 figures during the live stream, 100K in play. Well, 7 figures incoming as well, especially with the United States of America adopting Bitcoin as a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which has been confirmed by Trump's Advisory Council. So let's break this baby down, shall we? President Trump's proposed Crypto Advisory Council is expected to establish his promised strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is according to a report by Reuters, which was announced yesterday, citing sources familiar with the matter. Game on, gentlemen. While presidential advisory councils are not new, a dedicated crypto council would be unprecedented, reflecting the sector's rapid evolution since Bitcoin's inception, since the Genesis block of 2008. 16 years ago, fam. Blockchain Association CEO Kristen Smith emphasized the urgency of the council's formation, stating it's something Trump could do very quickly. There's talk that it could happen within days of him taking office, January 20th. And let's not forget, Gary Gensler, he's out of here. He's fired. Now go home and get your shine box, Gary. We're freeing Ross Ulbricht, and we're establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States of America. We're stockpiling the biddy. Game on. 7 figures. Send it. According to the report, the council will also advise on crypto policy and work with Congress on the crypto legislation. It added that the council may be housed under the White House's National Economic Council or operate independently. And according to the industry insiders, major U.S.-based companies, including Coinbase, Paradigm, and Anderson Horowitz, CryptoArm, A16Z, Ripple, Kraken, and Circle, are seeking a seat on the council. In fact, there's rumors Trump's meeting up with all the heads of crypto. Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, meeting up with Garlinghouse, the dude from XRP. He's making the rounds right now. 7 figs in play, family. Bitcoin Magazine CEO David Bailey, a key organizer behind the Trump July appearance at the Nashville conference, shared, "It is being fleshed out, but I anticipate the leading executives from America's Bitcoin and crypto firms to be represented." Excitement over Trump's pro-crypto stance has already buoyed the Bitcoin prices, touching a new all-time high now of 99,600 as of this morning. We achieved on our pump watch literally 0.4% from the coveted 6-figure milestone. As Bitcoin continues to gain traction, the Satoshi Action Fund founder Dennis Porter is discussing introducing legislation in Texas on a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which I just previously covered. The Texas movement is Porter's latest effort to introduce a dedicated Bitcoin reserve to a U.S. state. And on November 14th, we also have Pennsylvania, through Representative Mike Cabell, introduced a bill to create a Bitcoin reserve using the state's $7 billion fund. The proposal suggests an initial allocation of up to 10% in Bitcoin. Rookie numbers. What about 90%? But also acknowledges that a smaller exposure to 1 to 5% would be more suitable for a starting point. I disagree. I think 90% is a great starting point. But what do I know? I'm just a podcaster. After Pennsylvania's proposal, Porter stated that up to 10 more U.S. states will likely follow suit. We call this the game theory playing out in full effect. Texas potentially being the very first. We may have, obviously, states like Florida and others following in their footsteps. Additionally, he previously shared that the state governments are rushing to pass legislation establishing their own Bitcoin reserves, as President Trump's administration is considering an executive order to familiarize and formalize this matter. The idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve gained traction following the Trump election. During his presidential campaign, he displayed a pro-crypto stance, and one of his promises was to create a Bitcoin reserve in the U.S. Treasury. And it's about to happen, family. Game on. The idea was quickly backed by pro-crypto politicians such as Senator Lummis, shout out Cynthia Lummis, who introduced legislation to such a reserve called the Bitcoin Act, and believes that Trump could approve it within the first 100 days of the White House. I challenge Trump to approve it within his first 7 days in the White House. Let's make it happen. Meanwhile, the council will likely coordinate with regulatory agencies, including the SEC, without Gary Gensler. The CFTC and Treasury to craft crypto policy and streamline enforcement efforts. Trump's team is also reportedly considering creating a crypto Caesar. Am I pronouncing that right? A Caesar role to lead the council with candidates such as the CFTC chairman, an ex-commissioner, and former SEC chief under consideration. Very interesting how it's all playing out, family. Now I want to share some more recent posts from Dennis Porter of the Satoshi Act here. Breaking chances of Trump creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve grows to 44% after news that Texas is working on legislation to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is according to the Polymarket odds. So we got a 44% chance Trump will make this happen. Obviously, we'll be focused on these polls as well, and I think these numbers will only likely climb as we get closer and closer to the inauguration date of January 20th. Dennis also reminds us that none of this is priced in. Everyone is doubting. They are wrong. We will see governments buying Bitcoin in the USA. It is happening. Price it in now before you're too late. The strategic Bitcoin reserve in the USA is a happening, family. So there you have it. And paraphrasing, Adam Back, Bitcoin OG, said, if the United States of America adopts a strategic Bitcoin reserve, 7 figures in play. 7 figures is a 10x from where we're at today. That means 7 figures is 1 million per coin. It can happen. And we just smashed 99,100. So let's continue with our pump watch. Now we got the news out of the way. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. 100K in play. 100K, 6 figs all day. As you can see, we're back above 99 G's, baby. Literally 1% away from 100K. 100K. You can see the candle forming on the monthly big Moonvember candle. Let's zoom into the 10-minute. Welcome to Bitcoin Chart Watchers Anonymous. Again, we had 4,000 live viewers this morning. We did a pump watch from last night. We hit the current all-time high, 99.6, literally 0.4%, $400 away from 100K. We're currently less than 1,000 away. Let's make it happen today, November 22nd. It is a TGIF celebration, family. Welcome everyone to the live stream. We're still streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I'm going to be reading your guys' comments out loud as we continue to pump it up. What triggers the alt season? Bitcoin.